had a horrible experience, and that is we went to a 20th century school. I call it horrible because it conditioned all of us to be passive, just like you've been for the first 10, 15 minutes of my talk. You're all in your classroom. I can see you. You're being very nice to me, and I'm very grateful for it. But see, what did a 20th century school prepare you for? It trained you since you were 4 or 5 years old to get you ready for a job in the 20th century, which no longer exists. The 20th century job, you were going to be in an industrialized job. So the bell rings at school, and what do? You immediately report to your desk, your position that later on you would report to, right? Thinking you'd be getting a job on a line. And when you get there, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to sit down, shut up, and wait for someone to tell you what to do. Don't speak until they tell you what to do, and then do that. And by the way, do not talk to your neighbor. How many heard this growing up when you were in school all the time? Say, ah. Me too. Now, I was a talker, so I was in trouble. I had a 5th grade teacher, Mr. Giles, that used to drive me crazy because he wanted silence all the time. Every minute he wanted silence. I think he just hated kids, so he was just like really quiet. He used to make me write these 10,000-word essays. Why I will never talk again in class. I wrote 6 of these in his class, 10,000 words each. I went to my high school reunion, true story, my 10-year high school reunion. There were several teachers there. There's Mr. Giles. I went up to him and said, you know, this talking thing worked out pretty good for me. Here's my point, though. My point is, we've all been taught to passively take in information, right? So as you're sitting here right now, even if you're having a good time going, oh, this is interesting, or this makes sense, or man, he has big teeth, or whatever you're thinking inside your head, you know, if you're sitting here and you're passive, even if you're having a good time, the state of mind you're in gets linked to what you're learning. That's why when I'm working with people, if they're passive, they listen, even if they agree with you. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's really good. They get linked to that state. So later on, they feel equally inspired about doing it. Yeah, I should probably do that. Yeah, I should probably do that. So today, if you don't talk to your neighbor, you're out of business. Today, if you wait for someone to tell you what to do, it's over, especially in a relationship. If you're going to make anything happen today, it has to be completely proactive and different, and yet we're all still hypnotized. So I'm going to ask you to try something new, and that new thing is this. When we're doing this seminar right now, we take some